Hey kids, Inverted Cow here, and welcome back to Empyrion Multiplayer. As you can see, I am sitting in currently one of the biggest hypocrites on the Wolves server. This is back from version 5. This is a gunboat. I took all the scrap metal I collected from cleaning up all those tanks and stuff, and I spawned this thing in from a blueprint. Now this is literally as it comes off the blueprint, and as you can see, there isn't a square inch on this that isn't covered by guns, weapons turrets. It's with our current server rules and whatnot, this gun or this thing qualifies as a gun turret. It's severely, grossly overgunned for its size class. Yeah. It's also one of my favorite CV designs that I've ever flown. I've had a couple others that I have made that I really liked, but I always liked this design because of its simplicity. I mean, it's a straightforward wedge design, small cargo hauler. It's not even overly large or overly complicated. But what I want to try to do is I want to refit this so that I can put the turtle on. Now, of course, this has always been my biggest complaint about this. About this ship is everything's painted flat black. So that's something else I'm going to change. I'm going to change some of the excessive numbers of things on it, as well as the fact that it's a maze. It's just literally a maze. But I'm going to lower this floor. This deck is going to come down. I'm going to raise this ceiling up a little bit, or I might remove it completely. But I want to put the turtle on the gunboat, which for the most part isn't going to be too big of a deal. I think there is a couple of thrusters that are hidden in the armor over here that I have to relocate. That sort of thing. This was before the all thrusters exposed rule was in place, so half the thrusters on this gunboat are hidden, with the exception of the main drives out the back. I am going to do some modifications to these main drives, although I am looking forward to the new thruster art that was previewed earlier. But what I might do is move this to a slightly less laggy location. So I'm going to basically strip the front half of this ship off, and see if I can get the turtle and this poor old shuttle on there. Now this was the one that got shot up in some recent combat here. As you can see, it's seen better days. We had a temporary truce with one of the Wolves faction members there, and halfway through the thing, he turned around and turned gun on me. I don't mind temporary truce, but at the same time, don't break a ceasefire by opening fire on me, because, well, I killed him. He shot up my ship, and I killed him for it. So, yeah. So that's what we're going to do today. Now, I'm going to jump in here, and I'm going to use the multi-turret to start stripping some of this off. One of the other things I want to do, not today, of course, but in a future episode here, is I really want to do some refitting to the turtle as well. Now that the turret or the thruster exposed rule is been modified, I want to adjust the primary drive thrusters behind a layer of armor, increase the armor rating around the outside perimeter of this ship, put some more dummy targets down, and I might strip 2 of the drill turrets underneath off, because I don't really need to use that for its original purpose. And I might do is modify the space underneath so that I have a second floor, a second primary floor for storage. I'm going to leave this one multi-turret on, although I am thinking of putting a second on the back in the same location for more symmetry than anything. But that's another project for another day. So I'm going to start by jumping in the turtle, and I'm going to start stripping down the gunboat.
Ain't gonna let
Nobody turn me round, turn me round, turn me round.
let nobody
Turn me round.
keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Gonna let injustice
Turn me round, turn me round, turn me round. Turn me round.
Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Gonna let Donald Rumsfeld
Turn me round, turn me round, turn me round.
let Donald Rumsfeld
Turn me round.
keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Gonna let revolution
Turn me round, turn me round, turn me round.
let revolution
Turn me round.
keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom land. Gonna let sweet Jesus
Turn me round, turn me round, turn me round.
Gonna let sweet Jesus
Turn me round.
keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to freedom.
Okay, there we go. I've carved off basically what I'm going to take off of the front of this to give me a point of reference to start from. As you can see, I've put the turtle in line with the hull of the ship so I can get an idea of what I need to do to expand, how much I need to expand the ship, where I'm going to put it down, everything. So I've given myself a good starting point. I'm going to start building a platform to park the turtle on. What I might do is I'll just take this whole unit someplace else, set it up, and do the shaping and texturing and all the stuff that I want to do. It's just the lag from the gold in the area makes it almost unbearable when you're trying to build and you look anywhere close to that. Now, of course, the underside here I am going to continue to renovate slightly. Going to remove a couple more of these miniguns. I think I'm going to have basically 1 or 2 miniguns underneath here. This area of the hull of the ship I'm going to leave at this size. I want weapons to deal with predators or whatever in the area, so it might be just a couple of point defense guns underneath instead. That sort of thing. The OP is going to have to come off and be relocated at some point as well, but that might actually go in main engineering. If I can squeeze it into main engineering anywhere. If not, what I might do is readjust main engineering so that this whole bridge or this whole section becomes part of it. Literally the constructors, ammo boxes and cargo will be kept in this area. I might just do that. Give me a clean walkway. As I said, the crew seating isn't needed. So that's going to get changed, and the bridge is going to get expanded. I think I might do is just put more bridge space on. So the bridge deck is actually where all of the stuff will be. So yeah, let's slap a base on this thing, and then we'll be right back. Okay, kids, we have built a basic platform. Nothing fancy or magnificent in any stretch of the imagination. I have placed the turtle and the shuttle on the platform, and I'm going to probably do is take a pit stop over at the base, grab a couple stacks of building materials, mostly just some combat steel blocks, I think. Although I probably won't need any from the amount that I harvested just taking the front part of this deck off. And then what I'll do is I'll look at reshaping this so that the front looks a little bit more like a actual combat vessel or a small ship. The big problem, of course, is the turtle is a very large hover vessel. It's not exactly tiny by any stretch of the imagination. I'm probably going to put a gantry or walkway in so I can access the upper deck here. And what I might do is just make it out of elevator blocks so you can just easily walk along and get it at least to approximately to this point. Maybe I'll just make a walkway that comes out to this point and stop. But that's going to happen on the next episode. Between now and then, I'm going to move this to a secure location with less lag. And we'll start working on refitting the gunboat to become a new turtle hauling craft. So thanks for watching. See you on the next episode, and good night for now.